A historic and unprecedented 24 hours of seismic changes in the 2024 presidential campaign.
And late tonight, CBS News estimated Vice President Kamala Harris has won enough support from Democratic delegates across the country to become the party's nominee for president, effectively locking it up a month before the convention. That is good news for her. A stunning show of unity and consolidation for a party that was in total disarray just days ago. KCAL News political reporter Tom Wade is live with all these extraordinary developments, and it is good news for the Harris campaign and everybody that's going to vote for her.
It is, and it is absolutely mind-boggling how quickly this all developed. I mean, barely 24 hours ago, President Biden had just announced he was dropping out of the race, and now here we are. So it appears it was the unanimous vote of California delegates that gives Vice President Kamala Harris the unofficial numbers for the Democratic nomination. And while there is a lot of enthusiasm among Democrats, they also recognize there is a tough battle ahead.
It's been an exhausting but exciting last 24 hours.
Mark Gonzalez, a Biden delegate until just a few hours ago, now a Harris delegate. The entire California delegation voting unanimously to nominate Vice President Kamala Harris for president. The AP now projecting Harris has the votes to secure the Democratic nomination.
As you saw yesterday, into today, almost $81 million and counting are coming in from grassroots dollars. The energy of this campaign has completely changed.
Earlier in the day, Vice President Harris making an entrance at the Democratic campaign headquarters in Wilmington, Delaware. President Biden, still recovering from COVID, called in during Harris's visit.
And I want to say to the team, embrace her. She's the best.
Harris talked about feeling the weight of the moment.
And I know it's been a roller coaster, and we're all filled with so many mixed emotions about this. I just have to say, I love Joe Biden. I love Joe Biden, and I know we all do, and we have so many darn good reasons for loving Joe Biden. And I have full faith that this team will be the reason we win in November.
Harris's lightning ascension to the nomination has unlocked the financial floodgates. Tens of millions of dollars began pouring in from small donors in the hours after Biden said he was stepping aside, on top of another $150 million generated by Democratic PAC Future Forward.
Most of the names that had been mentioned as possible rivals to Kamala Harris have in fact endorsed her, or at least have not indicated any intention to run.
And more good news for Harris in Hollywood, where mega donors are reportedly set to write big checks once again after threatening to withhold their massive financial war chests in the wake of President Biden's disastrous debate performance. Legendary documentary filmmaker Ken Burns posted on X, history recognizes actions that are bigger than self. Joe Biden will go down as one of the great ones. Talk show host Jon Stewart called Biden a legend. Barbara Streisand posted, Kamala Harris will continue Joe Biden's work and will be a great president.
Right now, Democrats are feeling a lot of energy, a lot of morale. That doesn't mean they're going to win. This was always going to be a very closely contested election, and that isn't any different today.
Former President Trump's pick for vice president, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, out on the campaign trail, blasting Democrats for allowing Harris to secure the nomination without a primary vote.
With a bunch of billionaires and Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi making the decision instead of Democrat voters, it's disgraceful, and that's the threat to American democracy. That corruption and that broken process.
Harris has plenty of challenges ahead. Previous polls show her running close, but often behind former President Trump in battleground states. And there's the logistical issues of fine-tuning the new campaign and, of course, choosing a running mate. With Harris appearing to lock up the nomination, her candidacy will be a list of firsts.
It's time for us to step up to the plate as we head in this convention and elect the first woman and the first woman of color to be the president of the United States.
Democrats could hold a virtual vote before the convention to officially seal Harris the nomination, but it's unclear if they will do that. But certainly,
Well,
it's been quite a 24 hours.
There's no question about that. And when I said that's good news for her and the campaign, for the whole Democratic Party, if the intra-party fighting is no longer there, that's a major.
It's a major because
weight off their shoulders.
It is, to your point. Like, it could have been a contested convention, right?
Sure.
And the fact that they're showing support and consolidating that support so quickly around Harris, I think, shows party unity for them, which they can take to the voters and make the case like, look, we believe in her. If there was like, factions that started to separate and at war with each other, who knows how that would have.
And even
perceived.
didn't Manchin take his name out of?
He did, right. Yeah. West Virginia senator who's now an independent. But a big, powerful name, and that was also big. So.
And as Jack Pitney said, that doesn't mean they're going to win, but at the same time, it just takes a lot of weight off their shoulders.
Support and unity.
Right, and it'll be interesting to see how the new polls, now that she is sort of the unofficial nominee, if that has any, plays any impact on when they do the next round of polls. We'll see.
Okay, all right. Great reporting there. Thanks so much,
Thanks,
Tom. All right, well, when Vice President Harris is not in D.C., she lives here in Southern California in Brentwood. Neighbors we spoke to said they're bracing for more closures if Harris becomes the Democratic presidential nominee. When she is in town now, they say security is tight. They say a huge tent with Secret Service agents is set up, and anyone who wants to get on the street has to say their address and business.
It's more of just like an annoyance, because it happens about every single month for a few years now.
They really make it convenient with the detours. Everyone's very friendly. It doesn't actually really cause a lot of traffic jams.
Well, screenings are for neighbors and for anyone who has business on the street, including construction workers, who said when Harris is around, no large trucks or concrete.
KCAL News is your campaign resource leading up to the November election. For the very latest on the race for president, stay right here, KCAL News, and on KCALnews.com.